What's up, everybody? This is a Force of Nature Spiritual Awakening, and today we will be discussing North Node square Pluto. This is a natal aspect that you may or may not have in your natal birth chart. So, first, we're going to discuss what the North Node is all about. The North Node has to do with your life path, your life direction, the direction that you're set out as far as your destiny, the path that you should be taking in this lifetime. The North Node is also linked and connected to your South Node. The South Node has to do with your past life and things that you did there, the destiny that you had then. But what ends up happening with your South Node is that it is the area that you're always going to want to cling to, find yourself still doing in this life. North Node wants to break you away from your South Node so that you can live out your full purpose in this life. So, let's get into Pluto and what Pluto is all about. Pluto is about death, it's about rebirth, transformation. It has to do with sex, taboo topics, things that people don't want to discuss or talk about. It has to do with alchemy, astrology, magic, spells, hidden knowledge, hidden information, other people's money, taxes, joint finances. It can also show you legal documents of such. On top of that, it will definitely be a destroyer. So what Pluto will do is build things up and tear it back down and build it back up to something completely different. Pluto also has to do with crisis situations and chaotic storms. So we're going to jump into this right now. As far as the square goes, the square, anytime you see that in between two planets, that means it's going to be a conflict. These planets are in signs that are not getting along. There is a bit of a conflict. They don't see things the same way. Or maybe they see it in a certain kind of way, but it's still going to be a conflict and an obstacle. If you see opposition, that means that these planets are in opposite signs. So they're definitely going to bump heads because they're looking at things from an opposite standpoint. If you see a conjunction in between these two planets, that is also going to be a conflict, and but also you can see that it runs smoothly at times. So pretty much the conjunction, the squares, and the oppositions are very similar. They are pretty much the same because you will notice that it will be the same themes, the same conflicts that go on to take place. So if you see a sectle or a trine, that is going to mean that in your past life, you already mastered this to a T. So now you are still being presented with this aspect, but in a better way, in a greater light. It is not an obstacle for you. It is not a storm for you, even though you still have these things. It will allow you to be able to maneuver very well, and things will run very smoothly for you in a harmonious way. So now, North Node square Pluto, natal aspect. These men and women have incredible, enormous amount of power. They have a lot of strength, a lot of courage. And as a result of having weathered the storm, going through many different obstacles and difficult situations in their past life, they really dealt with so many different things, traumatic situations, loss, people not showing up for them in the way that they would rather. But on top of that, they are blessed with enormous amount of power. And this power is to be distributed carefully. There is a pact with the universe, with the higher forces in place about how the power will be used, about and should not be used for selfish purposes. So even though they are blessed with a lot of powers, a lot of strength, and a lot of courage. Okay? And when I mean powers, I mean they have a lot of powers inside of them. These are powerful men and women. But what is going on is that they did make a pact with the universe before coming into this life that They were going to use their powers for good and not for evil. Okay, and this is what they have to always remember, always have to know. These men and women are not concerned with what is happening on the surface. They are more concerned about what's going on underneath the surface. They really are about digging up knowledge, digging up information, knowing proof, knowing facts. They want to know what's being hidden and bring it up to the light. Everything that's going on this physical plane is not so much of a concern to them, okay, because they want to know beyond that. If they're dealing with somebody, they want to know beyond who you really are, not just what's at the face value level. Okay, so you can be questioning and curious and probing, often aware of the underlining motivations behind people's actions, people's motivations, people's agendas. These men and women really want to know who you are, what's really going on. When you're speaking, they can really be looking at you to see if you are fully saying what you are saying, if it is proven to be true. They can be very suspicious at times, wondering if you do have something else up your sleeve, if you have something else going on with you. This is how these men and women are going to be and give it up. However, you will have a difficult time getting this energy and being able to fully harness it in the proper way so that it won't work against you. These men and women can hold on extremely tight to memories of some old crises. They went through some severe things in their life. Traumatic events went on and took place. They did have a rough time dealing in situations and overcoming obstacles. These men and women, they really just cling on to memories, things that went on, things that took place. And it can be very hard for these men and women to get these things out of their minds because it did leave an imprint and a major impact on their subconscious mind, on their conscious mind. Okay? This can make you highly suspicious, and this may open up the door for you to become manipulative as a way to be two steps ahead of everybody else. So you do need to be cautious and be aware. If you know somebody with North Node square Pluto, they can be highly manipulative at times. Really wanting to make sure that they are the one that is in control of everything. Okay, they don't want to feel like somebody's trying to get over on them because in the past that definitely did happen and take place. Somebody took advantage of them. Somebody took their kindness for weakness. Somebody lied to them, betrayed them, really fucked them up in a way that they are no longer being trusting of other people. This is what happens when you go through things in your life. You trust somebody and they do something to you, and now you feel like you can't trust anybody. And this is what's going on with these men and women. This can be your biggest undoing. Not being able to trust, being highly suspicious and highly manipulative. And they can do this whenever the fuck they feel like they want to do it. Whenever they feel like, not so much being threatened, but whenever they feel like they are up against a challenge or somebody is definitely standing in their way. Okay, they can use this as a defense mechanism. So these men and women can be distracted and preoccupied by sex and sensual sides of life. So these men and women are going to love to have sex. They're going to love to fuck and really get in tune with the sensual side of life. This is going to be what they are preoccupied with, wanting to have that physical contact with somebody, wanting to be able to engage and emerge, wanting to be able to have a full-blown fucking great time and enjoy sex to its highest level. They can also, if it's not sex that they are so preoccupied with, Then it can also be that they are intensely fascinated with death. Okay, death situations after death, what goes on after death, things like that, and just really want to know where do you go after death? What happens then? They can be really into that and fascinated and wanting to get a glimpse or wanting to know. Okay, extreme circumstances in your past life or early childhood may have caused you to become resourceful, self reliant, and distrustful of authority. So, in their past life or early childhood, a lot of things went on, jumped off, and took place. And because of that, these men and women feel the need to be self sufficient. They feel the need to be very much self made. They want to be able to hold shit down. They want to be able to do things for themselves. They don't want to have to be reliant on somebody else to show up in that kind of way for them. They want to be able to provide and do things for themselves. Okay? Counting on other people is going to be difficult for them. Okay? Because what's going to happen with this placement is that what they find is when they really, really needed somebody to be there for them, it was not there. And it was not being presented in that kind of way. And even when somebody did come and help them out, they didn't help them out fully in the way that they really needed the help. It was not happening and it was not being provided. Okay? Your desires for transformation, deep thinking, and intensity clashes with the current social norms. Stop letting opposition to your ideas isolate you. Okay, so any obstacles that come your way, any obstacles, okay, you need to not see it as a downfall. Really just try to adapt and adjust, okay? The way that these men and women are going to be thinking and moving is going to be very unusual and very different. It's going to be outside of the status quo, it's going to be out of the norm. Okay, but this is what they pretty much are really geared towards. They are about wanting to be able to be a powerful person in this world, be a powerful person in this life. The thing with them is that they are going to have to really do it in the right way and not do it in an evil kind of way. Okay, because what goes around comes around and karma is a bitch. So if these men and women decide or find, if they find themselves in powerful positions, powerful places, a lot of opportunities are going to be right there for them to jump on. And when they find themselves in these powerful positions, they have to make sure that they are kind, that they are giving, they are grateful, they are thankful, okay? Also generous, also giving out contributions, helping out the needy, helping out other people, lending a helping hand when it is time to do that. You know, don't be stingy. These men and women have to do these kind of things so that they can still be prosperous. So things can definitely consistently still be coming their way. Okay, like they say, when you give, okay, it comes back to you. And this is what these men and women definitely should do, especially with this placement. You do not want to be stingy, be rude, be cruel, be that kind of person that's very you know, arrogant, okay, or even too fucking flashy, just trying to really be flashy and not helping somebody that's in need is pretty much the case. But other than that, these men and women are very powerful men and women. They will be questioning every single thing that they see. These are the type of men and women that are pretty much very much skeptical about what's going on around them, skeptical about their surroundings, skeptical about people's hidden agendas, hidden motives. These are the type of men and women that you could definitely see that are around somebody, and when they are speaking to other person, they are reading in between the lines. They are about pulling back those layers. They are about getting down to the depth, getting down to the truth, wanting to know exactly what the fuck you're really saying and if it's true or it's a fucking lie. They can pinpoint these things very well, and it's going to be very difficult for people to fool them. It's going to be very difficult for you to try to pull something over their eyes. But you want to know what ended up happening early on in life? Those were the very fucking things that happened in these men and women lives. These men and women uncovered truths. These men and women found out that what somebody said was not true at all. And because of that, they learned how to do the same damn thing when they need to do it. So this is why they are highly manipulative and masters manipulators when the fuck they feel like they want to be, because they learned it early on in life from some type of authority figure, from some type of also from somebody around them, somebody very close to them, did these kind of things and they learned it. And now they know how to be two steps ahead of you. They know how to make sure that they're going to know what the fuck is up. Even when you think, I don't know, motherfucker, I do. These are these men and women. So this is all that I'm going to say about this placement for now. And in future videos to come, I will be going more into depth into this placement. Please be sure to check out my online store. It is Grimy Gear at www.grimygear.com. If you need a caterer, be sure to hit me up. I am the chef goddess also at Supreme Royale Catering at gmail.com. If you need my husband to do any work to your home, swimming pool, or business, be sure to hit him up. His business is Steve's Handy Helpers at AronNesbitt90 at gmail.com. If you would like a birth chart, and you want me to analyze it for you so you can fully understand and grasp, that will be $50 for 2 hours. If you would like a synastry chart or a composite chart, that will be $70 for 2 hours. And if you would just like a tarot card reading so that you can understand your love relationships, your health, spirituality, or financial matters and careers, that will be $30. So this has been a Force of Nature, Spiritual Awakening. Love is love. Peace and blessings to you all. And I will see you on the next one.